Here's another type of problem you'll be challenged with here. Simplify the following expression. So let's take a look at that. Here is a very large expression. We have 4 times this trinomial. This trinomial is actually nonlinear because of that. Added to 2 times this binomial. This has 2 terms. And then subtract this single term called a monomial. So the idea of simplifying is to perform all these operations in here, meaning these two, this multiplication, that multiplication, and try to combine like terms as much as possible. Okay, so here's the deal. Hopefully you're thinking distributive property. This 4, meaning 4 of these guys, if I were to say, think of this in terms of addition, it would be 4 of these 3-term guys, 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, all lined up in a row, added together. The shorthand version here is that we can distribute, and through multiplication here, that this 4, you'll get 4 of those, you'll get 4 of those, and 4 of those. So we can multiply that 4 with each of those. We can multiply that 2 with each of those, meaning we'll get 2 of those and 2 of those because of that. And then this doesn't get hit with anything because there's nothing being multiplied with this. The multiplication ends here of that 2. The multiplication ends here with that 4. Okay, so here's how I've written it. 4 times each of those first 3 terms. So 4 times that, 4 times that, and 4 times that. Added to 2 times that, and 2 times that. So there's that. Subtracting that 2x squared. So let's go clean that up and perform all these multiplications. So 4 3x squareds. What would that give me? 4 of these. If I were to line these up through addition, 1, 2, 3, 4, how many x squareds would we have? We'd have 12. So 12x squares. 4 of those, meaning you just multiply the coefficients and the number, that's 8. 4 ones is 4. 2 negative 5x squareds is negative 10x squareds. Again, we're just multiplying the number and the coefficient here, and then 2 2's is 4, and then subtract that remaining term. Okay, so that looks better. Now the challenge is to go through and combine like terms. So what are the like terms? Well, the ones that have the same variable pieces, meaning x squared, and x squared. So how many x squareds will be yielded here if we take 12, add it to a negative 10 of them, and then subtract 2 more? Well, that's actually going to give me 0x squared. So 0, no x squareds, if you will. And then this is a loner here. There's no other x term. And then the constants would give me about 8. So look at it in your brain. You should have done that. 12 plus a negative 10x squareds and subtract 2 more x squareds would give me 0x squareds, and then combining these guys. So we could write it that way, or we don't need that x squared actually to get that 8x plus 8. So all of this comes down to a linear expression as a result. That could happen.